Brandon here, and time for more SexxxPerTease. Today's question is, I hate my boyfriend's style. Can I tell him the truth? This is definitely a tricky situation to be in because how your partner dresses is their freedom of expression. It's their body. It's their choice. It's what they like. It's about them. You can't dictate how your partner dresses. That's definitely controlling, abusive, and toxic. Like, you have no right to tell them how they should dress. And I understand, like, people's style changes over time, so probably how they're dressing now isn't how they were dressing when you first met them. So it is going to be hard and a difficult adjustment to make. And it also can just be, I guess, weird if you don't know, like, why they suddenly changed their style. I feel like some people do change their style just to fit in or do what's popular and trendy, and honestly, like, it just doesn't work for them. It's just that, yeah, like, people just change their style because they want to do what's cool or what they see other people doing, but it doesn't necessarily mean it looks good on you just because somebody else did it. And it also feels like you're basic, you're unoriginal, you're whatever, because all you do is copy other people. But honestly, that is how most fashion works. Fashion has always been about copying other people and doing what is popular and trendy and following and emulating celebrities and models and fashion magazines. But I do feel like in my last relationship, I felt like my partner did become more comfortable, I guess, dressing more feminine, which is probably because I dress more feminine. And I feel like when you're in a relationship, your fashion tastes do kind of rub off on each other sometimes. So you do start to explore new options and new things. I feel like he started wearing things that, like, he didn't wear before. Like, I love animal print. I have so much animal print. And then he started wearing animal print because he was, like, against it at first. And then I started wearing, like, different stripe patterns because that was, like, his thing. And I just, like, got into it because I feel like he liked stripes, and that made me start wearing stripes. But it wasn't like I only wore stripes or he only wore animal print. It's just like you start to incorporate new different things. And even just like with shopping, like, he introduced me to places he shopped before that I never had shopped from before, and I introduced him to places I shopped from before that he never shopped before. So it really just happens naturally in a relationship that your fashion choices are going to rub off on each other. And especially if you do spend a lot of time together, you are going to influence each other. That's just part of a relationship. And honestly, I love wearing matching outfits. So, like, of course, that was definitely something that rubbed off on each other, that we would always coordinate clothes because we're wearing the same exact two-piece. But I thought it was cute. I think it's fun. I like to do it. I definitely will do it in future relationships. Like, I like to wear matching outfits. But there were definitely some things that my partner started wearing that I wasn't a fan of, like some butterfly chains and some heels that look like women's heels. But you know what? His body, his choice. He is expressing himself. I don't have the right to control what he's wearing. I just feel like you can only tell your partner what to wear if they're not matching the dress code, because it's like, we don't want to get turned away. Like, we're not getting dressed up or dressed down just to go somewhere and then we aren't matching the standard of the place. So I feel like that's the only really time it's appropriate to try to dictate what your partner can wear, is when there is a legit dress code where you could not enter, or like it's a theme party or a Halloween party, something that actually has a theme and required way to dress. I feel like that's the only way you can really tell your partner, yeah, this isn't gonna work. But I feel like everyday style, you just gotta love them for who they are and let them express themselves how they want to express themselves, because it's not your place to tell them what they can and can't wear on a daily basis. I mean, if you think something is unflattering and doesn't look good, they can take it as you're being a hater. That could cause a lot of drama and fights, or they also could just have to realize it on their own that they look bad in something. I feel like maybe if you do, just, you can't not say something. I feel like you get one time maybe to express yourself, because when you constantly are telling them you hate what they're wearing, like on a daily basis or a weekly basis, that's just gonna cause drama and end the relationship. And I do feel like it's very superficial to try to, like, dump someone that you otherwise love just because you don't like the way they're dressing. But it happens. I mean, lots of guys haven't liked my style in the past, especially my flamboyant outfits. And you know what? I did not give a fuck, because this is how I dress. This is who I am. you're replaceable. How I choose a dress and these pictures I take in them are gonna last forever, and I'm sure they're gonna be around longer than our relationship. So you don't get to tell me what to do, what to wear, and that's that. So I do think it's definitely a difficult situation to be in when you feel like you hate the way your man is dressing all the time, but I also feel like you don't get to tell someone else what to do with their body and their fashion and their style. That is an individual thing, and that is their personal freedom to dress however they want. So you do have to sit back as a partner and just support them and love your partner regardless of how they choose to step out of the house. And if it becomes too much of a problem, then say your piece. But if they don't respond to it, what happens, even if you get to a point where you want to end the relationship. But thanks for joining me for this episode of SexxxPerTease.